Hey y'all, it's Angela here again at the Chicken Coop Homestead, and I'm out in my greenhouse. I think I'm going to do a few little videos today, kind of split them up. I'm going to do a tour of my greenhouse, a tour of my herb garden, and just a tour of the garden. And just show y'all what all we've been doing, what we've got going on. A couple of weeks ago, I guess it was last week, I did a class for my master gardeners, the new interns that are coming in. I did a class for them about greenhouse, kind of what I wish I knew before I built a greenhouse type thing. And just with that, just gave them some general things to think about, like what you might want to know before you build a greenhouse, or just different options of different things. My husband, like y'all know, y'all seen it before, my husband built my greenhouse. I love my greenhouse, but just with everything that you do, like even if you were to build a house from the bottom up, there would probably be something in that build that you think, oh, if I had to do it again, I wish I'd have done this. You know, if I had to do, I really wish I had done this or that. You know what I mean? So let me show you my greenhouse. I did lose some plants this winter. We had gone out of town and we thought we had enough propane to last the day, and when we got home we did not, and so it did get freezing in here over the winter, and I did lose some plants. So I don't have very much stuff in my greenhouse. Normally I'm propagating like crazy and getting things done, and I just don't have anything really to propagate. But that happens sometimes, you know, when this is not a professional greenhouse, so I don't have things on timers and all that kind of stuff. We used a propane heater to heat my greenhouse with propane bottles, and that, you know, is just one of the things that we should have checked it before we left, and we didn't. You know, don't look at me. I'm out here in the yard today, so I don't have makeup on. I am not pretty. Gardening is not meant to be, I'm not worried about being pretty for my gardening. All right, so let me turn y'all around and kind of show y'all some things that we're doing, okay? All right, so coming into my greenhouse, here's my greenhouse, and I have some things set up for when I had done my class, taught my class, just for them to have things to look at. They also came and toured my greenhouse and my garden. So right over here I have baby chicks. They're feathered out. They're ready to go out into what we call like our little teenager grow out pen. But I've got some already out there that aren't quite probably big enough to put them in with the regular hens. So that's why they're in here. I've got a heat lamp on them. Let me turn that off. There we go. So that's just my setup. I have two of these little totes that I use for baby chicks. Okay, there they are. Aren't they cute? All right, so here is my table that I use for propagating, my shelf. We did bring me a radio in here, so now I have a radio. Woo! And here's my tub with my potting soil and stuff in it. That is rabbit manure, and then some worm castings in the back of that. I kind of used that in my garden this year. So this is just my tools in some sand in a clay pot. My little tub that I use to kind of pot things up with so I don't make quite a mess, but usually I forget to use it and I make a big old mess. This was my garden plan and my seed storage. I wanted to show the master gardeners that, so that's why that's out here. Just my different things that I store in here. I use coffee cans, you know, eggshells, ties, all sorts of things like that. Just some gourds that I need to get on a project with that. I need to get going on those. And then all my storage of all my planting cups and containers and all that kind of stuff. And I love those little containers and those trays from Bootstrap Farmer. They're very reasonable. They are very thick and hard plastic. They last a long time,
and you can buy smaller quantities, which is nice for somebody like me. Instead of through a big greenhouse warehouse thing, you'd have to, order huge amount of quantities. I did take some shelving out of here, and I'm about to dismantle my misting system and move it to the other side. I think I'll like it better over there. So that's my misting system. I don't use it very much, but I think I would use it more if it was on the other side. This is just a nice shelving unit that my husband found for me, and I like it because it kind of dresses up my greenhouse. A little chair just to sit down and relax with a little table. Kind of cute to rest sometimes. Some of these plants, when it starts getting hot, will be taken out of here just because they're not meant to get that hot. And some of them are in some pitiful shape I'm trying to save from my winter here. These are, but I'm always about saving some plants. I'm pretty good at it. Let's see, just more plants. That's all my fairy stuff in there, fairy garden. I cut this back and trying to see if it'll come on out. There's my split leaf philodendron. I lost some of my split leaf philodendron, but it's on its way back, so I'm glad of that because that thing was huge. That's that Queen's Tears. It really needs to be propagated and potted on up to some different pots, but I haven't gone around to that yet. This, I'm trying to see if it'll come on out. I'm having a few little sprigs come out. It's just a real pretty little purple cover, and it makes a nice pot, but it used to be full in there, and I lost some of it. China doll. I bought that this year. That's that Epiphyllum Queen of the Night. A bulb from Christmas. My family got me an amaryllis bulb. I need to get that planted. Schefflera. I've got some corkscrew willow that I'd gotten in a plant, like an arrangement, and I've actually sprouted some, so I'm going to try to grow some corkscrew willow. And these are some cuttings from Rose of Sharon that a friend of mine gave me, and I had to cut some branches off of that, so I thought I'd propagate that while I was at it. And I completely lost my pencil cactus this winter. It absolutely, that freeze just did it in. But some good friends of mine for my birthday bought me another one, and I'm so excited about this. You just don't even know. I took some cuttings last week from a climbing rose, spiraling rose, and so I need to propagate those on out and get going with that. This is my seed starting section, and I brought that out. I had it up in storage already, but I brought it out for the master gardeners to see how I do seed starting on this little tray, and these little trays and this little shelf that I rigged up for seed starting. So basically that's my greenhouse. I don't have much to show y'all, but it's clean and organized, and so while it's clean and organized, I thought I needed to get a video of that. Because when you start working, it doesn't stay clean and organized for very long. And like I say, before long, almost all these plants will be outside. So thanks for visiting with me, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.